but the fluorescent lights, something must have happened to them, because they are non-functional. The blood itself, though, it trails as a series of just scattered handprints on those light switches, and then the blood trails along that wall there. Uh, it gets a lot bigger as you follow along the side of the wall, and then it abruptly stops. And a huge pool, and on top of that nice and neat little pool is a pile of ashes.
So it looks like someone met their final death here.
From everything that you've seen, and how many vampires have died their final death during that war in New York City, yes.
Alright, I'm going to take a look. With this much blood, there must be some kind of footprints, right?
There actually aren't. The blood trail you would suggest as the person trying to light, and then he appeared to be either dragging himself or being dragged by someone, or whatever the case, he ended up in this spot. A lot of blood here would indicate that, whenever a vampire meets his final death, he instantly turns to the ash, and the blood tends to go with that with him, but that he was allowed to bleed here for some time to create such a large blood pool. It smells very delicious.
I see. And the handprints, how large are they? Do they look like a man's hands, a woman's hands, large, small? And
They
does it look like... Sorry.
they're reasonably big. You would think that they're a man's handprints, unless it could be a larger sized woman who placed those down. But it's kind of hard to tell given the smattering of them. It seems as if there wasn't a lot of time to delicately place the handprints.
And does it look like they favored one of their hands over the other?
Well, given the position of the light switch on the wall, if someone were walking through the door, then it immediately turned right. Their right shoulder would be facing the wall, so right hand.
Okay. And the blood is still wet and relatively fresh?
Yes.
Okay. That means that's from tonight. Most likely.
Jordan, Crip, what do you two want to do? You've inspected the exterior of the building. You've found the two metal doors that slide up, as well as another metal door that would be like a normal person entrance. Not really accessible. What do you two wish to do?
I think we're gonna make our way back to the broken-in door, and since I'm assuming Byron is getting impatient, I think we're probably just gonna walk in as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's either try to break that door down or walk around, and you'll probably convince him that breaking the door down, not that he could, but trying to do that, making noise, is probably a bad idea.
Alright, then as you two walk in, you're going to see, it's kind of hard for you to point out. The Nosferatu can't obfuscate himself while he's holding the flashlight there as he's studiously examining the blood. But you two see a gist of what I've been describing to Aaron this entire time.
That smells fresh.
It looks like it's from night. Or, well, within the past 24 hours.
Byron's speechless, pretty much. He doesn't know what to say.
Any idea what's in these crates?
No. But I believe that Grimith said they were splintered, right?
Some of them have been broken and splintered apart, yes. Others are just boxes stacked on top of boxes.
Byron will ask David if you could turn the light towards the ceiling, see if there's anything from there we can see.
Good idea. He does so.
As you examine the ceiling, then, non-functional fluorescent lighting. The fluorescent lights are still up there. They obviously didn't turn on. There's a second story to the warehouse, too.
Okay, I'm going to go take a look at those cracks in the concrete floor now, and I'm going to see what size thing it looks like was pressed there, if I can. Like if
Okay.
it was a fist or whatever.
Alright, Sean, your character has been examining footprints, noting his own as well as those of his companions, and those that he does not recognize. You know the Nosferatus in the warehouse, and that the Toreador and Ventru have just gone in there as well. What do you do?
I'm staying outside keeping watch.
Okay. Some time has passed over the course of you guys being here. Nosferatu, you make your way towards the crack. Give me Perception plus Investigation, difficulty 8.
And I do get trained observer here, correct?
Yes.
Shit.
The 2 1s cancel out the 2 8s. No successes.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing.
In that case, your what your character knows is that it's big. Not huge. It seems like a wide thing. It appears to be bigger than what, like, say, a human fist or foot could lay, and it seems to be like oddly circular in nature. But beyond that, you got nothing.
All right. Unless someone else already has, I'm gonna take a look at what's in the crates.
We only have one flashlight, so I don't think we can see anything without your help.
That's a good point.
I got an idea. Give me the flashlight. I'll go up on the second floor.
And what? Become our own personal spotlight?
Sure.
So the warehouse is pretty big in nature, and scanning around the flashlight, it's like lots of just fuck tons of boxes stacked on top of each other. The second story is more along the lines like, of course, there's like a little walkway that might go into the offices of the warehouse, but the second story in itself is small. The prime majority of it is just a huge open area in the middle of the warehouse for boxes.
Right. I'm gonna check one of the splintered boxes and see what's in it.
Okay. There's actually like the splintered stuff, things that have been cracked open. They're empty boxes. Who the fuck stacks empty boxes on top of boxes?
So we're in a box warehouse.
From the boxes that you're looking into with the flashlight, they are empty.
So they're storing a whole lot of nothing here. Is that what you're saying?
As a trained observer, you would think so.
I have a question. Maybe you mentioned this and I missed it. Which way is the dent on that door? Is it faced out or in?
That's a good question. It is faced as if someone outside was going into the warehouse.
Okay.
Are those boxes human-sized?
Well, you're outside, but to answer the question, as a trained observer there, Aaron's character David, the boxes are of a variety of sizes. They don't have any demarcations on them, but they're closed boxes, except for the ones that have been splintered open, in which case they are broken open boxes, containing nothing.
All right. I'm gonna go see if I can find the fuse box.
Okay.
All right. Well, Byron followed Marcus. I mean, are you already up the stairs or wherever? He followed him to the foot of the stairs.
You can't be. If Aaron's character David is going to be the still one with the only flashlight,
Okay,
you
I
two
wasn't
would be
sure if it was
walking in
stairs.
complete pitch blackness. I mean, you can do that if you want to.
I think we're following behind the Nosferatu.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought you were going up to the second floor. I didn't hear you say you
I
were.
mean, make no mistake, you are vampires, so if you want to go out into the pitch black darkness by yourself, there's no boogeyman that's going to get you, right?
Yeah, Byron's not going to do that.
Oh yeah, no, totally not.
Not of choice.
You know, since we're monsters now, that means that we don't have to worry about any others. Right?
Alright, you, attempt to look around, just trying to get a sense of your bearings of where the hell a fuse box might damn be in the warehouse. More signs of struggle as you pan the flashlight across, and, oh. Well, there's more blood. None of you three are hungry, are you?
Byron is not.
And what
I
is the
think-
definition of hungry?
That's, was it like humanity minus self-control?
I think. Or maybe self-control.
I thought it was like humanity minus self-control. Maybe Aaron knows.
Uh-huh. It seems weird that higher humanity would make it so you're hungrier. Oh wait, no. Wouldn't it be like? I don't know.
From what I remember, it was if your blood pool is under 12 minus willpower, then you're hungry. That's the way I remember it.
Okay, that'll work. Well, we can just go with that for now. I'll just look that up right later.
So my blood pool would be 10 minus my willpower, and if I'm below that, I'm hungry.
No, I mean, it's 12 minus willpower. I'm pretty
Whatever,
sure.
you're not hungry, you're fine. There's a lot of blood.
If you say so.
We're good.
And is there any sign of where this blood came from?
Well, it's all sort of splattered and decorated. You're getting the sense of it. It appears like some sort of struggle or combat took place within this particular section of the warehouse as you've been moving through in an attempt to find a fuse box. Box smashed here. There's another indentation in the ground just like the one that you saw before. It's still bigger than, like, say, a human fist or a foot. And against the wall, there is someone has obviously been smashed against it. Blood has splattered all over there as well. There's then, from that wall, another blood trail similar to the first one you saw. Someone trying to crawl away, which then results in a large pool of blood as they were left there and then staked, or otherwise met their final death.
Right, because staking would just put someone into torpor.
Right. There's a pile of ashes there. They might have been staked and killed afterwards just to be a dick. You don't know. There's a pile of ashes. That's all you know.
Okay.
That's
And
all the
fuse
three of
box?
you can see since the two of them are flanking you.
Well, this is interesting.
Just as an FYI, hunger threshold is if you're under 7 minus self-control.
All right, I was right. Sweet.
7 minus self-control, so I'm just barely not hungry.
Okay, fantastic, Grimith. Did you find that on the book on a page? Could you reference that? Or did you, like, Google it?
366. Page 366.
Fucking awesome, thank you.
It's under the impact of hunger sidebar.
These damn White Wolf books remind me of Fantasy Flight Games books. It's such a pain. It's even worse in this because of how pathetic the table of contents is. It's horrible.
I've got a PDF
Yeah.
that's bookmarked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even then, it's just like,
to memorize.
for me, I'm like consulting like the game term, like the index in the back, trying to find certain sections. Like, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'd imagine that'd be pretty obnoxious.
I'm used to the at least Wizards of the Coast is kind enough. Well, it's taking my hundreds of dollars to to give me a comprehensive table of contents.
Yeah, I think I was thinking of Frenzy. That's one that's willpower.
Okay. At any rate, the three of you aren't hungry. There's a lot of blood though, and it does smell pretty tasty. Although it might, well, to the Ventru, it actually isn't at all. Except for the fact that it is. Which means that if it actually does smell tasty to him, that might give him an idea as to what this sort of thing might be, because it's obviously not mortal in that case. Unless this was a pretty mortal.
Yeah, where are the hot girls? Seriously.
Where the girls at?
Anyway, this is
Right.
odd. I just learned these vampires came into town 3 nights ago. Miss Theobel talked to me last night about this, and they apparently were killed tonight before we even rose.
Unless they were the ones doing the killing.
True. These could be other vampires they've taken and killed.
All of you give me perception plus awareness checks, except for Sean outside. Difficulty 8. Trained observer will not apply to this one.
I figured.
Nothing.
I got 1 success.
You definitely did.
Question, I have no dots in the skill awareness, so what do I roll?
Since it's a talent, I do think you're still allowed to roll it. I think maybe it's just a straight-up check for you. I don't think it's a situation where you have it reduced as a skill, right?
Talents are at no penalty. Skills are at -1, and you can't even roll knowledge as untrained unless the storyteller makes an exception.
All right, so it's a straight-up attribute check for you then.
Would acute sentences or my auspex being on help me at all in this?
We'll say it's visual. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so that means it's only difficulty 6 for me. Well, I think I critically failed.
You botched that. You three are bantering about. Marcus is just, suppose goes off into his own little world there as he starts thinking about how damn boring this is. Siding with Byron in this regard. David, Aaron, your character notices something that you thought you might have noticed before. It's curious that, just for whatever reason, it just came to mind. You just pushed it off. It looks like next to the blood pool, and actually stuff on the walls as well, and then actually on some of the boxes have even endured this as well. Give me, just you, Aaron, a perception plus investigation. Difficulty 6, trained observer does apply.
A lot.
These are scorch marks. Not only are there scorch marks, but apparently they're scorch marks so designed as what other objects they contacted with didn't set the entire warehouse on fire.
Wait a second, was that 7 successes on 7 dice?
You, lots of good things happened for you there. Clearly, these are like something that fire would leave. Like, it's burnt stuff, and as you lean your lack of a nose in, there's more than just wood. It's, apparently there's it wasn't so strong as to say, like, an entire box would have burnt, thus creating a sense of, like, a smell of an actual fire. They're like concentrated blasts of super heat.
Like a flamethrower or some kind of wizard?
You would think that a flamethrower would have set more of the boxes on fire or set the entire warehouse on fire. They're just like little focused bursts. Like they tend to have like some sort of circular pattern on top to them. But beyond that, they're just scorched black marks. And as you're looking around more, having noticed this first, there's a lot of them scattered around the boxes, on the walls.
Has David pointed this out to us? Byron might be able to make an occult roll if it's what I think it is, to know what it is.
I actually am going to kind of point it out to everyone using the flashlight.
Huh.
You know, like here and here and here. Okay, if this is what I'm thinking it is, and I'm thinking that it's like someone throwing handfuls of fire or something like magically.
I think it's blood boil, but okay.
I don't know. I was going to ask if, like you said that they're circular marks, right?
Yeah, circular.
Well, are there any that are kind of like oblong circles that you might get from like something hitting the walls at an angle? Like longer scorches.
The scorch marks are in different shapes on account of just, like say an object breaking off, like the box not being in full shape. Perhaps they could be contorted, like there could just be like, they tend to be circular in nature, you've seen that in the most common thing, but the shapes aren't perfectly sized. There's some variance.
Okay, I'm going to roll occult plus intelligence, if that's okay, to see if any of this kind of rings a bell to me.
Okay. And upon mentioning that to Byron, you can attempt to do the same, pursue whatever line of thinking you're thinking there, Crip.
And depending on what difficulty that was, I got a few successes.
Say, okay, in that case, both of you two, conferring, David is really sure he's not known of this. He doesn't know exactly what has caused this. It is such a peculiar quirk. He's rolled so highly on his successes. It's just too damn strange. It's obviously supernatural, but the exact effect that could have achieved such a thing and not done more, like set the warehouse on fire? Doesn't know.
So I'm 100% certain that this is some weird shit right here.
You are absolutely convinced. This is beyond your kin of knowledge.
So this is not some normal Sabbat stuff going on right here.
No. Not that your character is 100% familiar with normal Sabbat stuff,
Well,
but
pretty familiar from, stuff.
I mean, do you know every Sabbat Rite? This could just be
No.
one. This could be just one funky Rite.
But point is, I haven't heard of anything like this during the Battle for New York. Haven't heard of anything like this when getting taught occult. I don't know. This is some weird shit.
you have not. And Byron, your character, this is the thing. You can surmise that, some sort of fiery supernatural effect, but if it is, you'd have not heard of it. For it to create such, and there's a variety of those little circular scorch marks spread out, it's just, you don't know.
I think we might want to leave and report back to Theo on this, unless you want to stick around and stake the place out or something.
Oh, maybe I forgot to mention this. Theo left town.
Oh, okay. I did hear that, but now in character I know it.
Yeah, I really didn't expect this to be this, and he said if there was trouble, we should go tell the sheriff.
We could try opening another one of those boxes. I don't know if you want to press our luck there.
I'm actually going to. What was the fuse box like? Just a bust?
That was just stuff that you discovered on your way to attempt to find the fuse box.
Okay, well then I'm going to keep trying to find the fuse box.
Okay. You guys continue to say, okay, Sean, it's eventually all the investigation. It's been an hour. Your retainer does wheel the vehicle back around to you. He hasn't spotted anything. Nothing, no traffic, at least around the warehouse district area, as far as you guys know, except for like whatever guards may be stationed in the lit warehouses. Nothing.
Well, how long have they been in?
Combined total, it's been an hour since you sent him away. So that much
Yeah,
time
but
has passed.
how long till I last saw them? Because all this time I haven't seen any of what they're talking about at all.
At least a half hour, perhaps more. You haven't heard any noises, although if you looked at the doorway, you'd see maybe glimpses of the flashlight flickering as it moved about. But you don't know. Could be something
Yeah,
interesting.
so I'm gonna have them. I'm going to stay outside and have the car basically right there, and tell my retainer if I disappear. Well, if I if I disappear, to just take straight off.
So as soon as you use the obfuscate discipline, he needs to leave.
Yeah, as soon as I just go completely out of the blue. But until then, stay basically right in front of the door because I don't know what they're doing in there.
Okay. Does your character head in there?
No, I'm still staying outside. I don't want anything walking in on us unprepared.
Okay. As the three of you then, the Nosferatu, the Toreador, and the Ventru are investigating around, now that, God damn it, remember names, Grimith. Marcus has been clued into various marks. The heightened senses are picking up the senses where it's just, apparently, whatever burning elements, just, it wasn't strong enough to do more than leave those surface scorch marks. And of course, cause damage. But, if there had actually been like a true serious fire that had burned even one of these boxes, then Marcus would have picked it up. But now that he's able to look and see around with the flashlight flickering about, yeah, they're scattered around everywhere. And there is another one of those circular divots in the concrete, cracked, few inches into it, and there are another signs of a struggle further into the warehouse. Same repeated pattern before. This one seems to be the hardest one. Very well fought. Nosferatu, you have been such on a roll. There's a, There's there's two objects, which are not actually wooden boxes, that you end up flashing the light onto. One of them is a, uh, a little random, curious piece of flesh? Some sort of odd, fleshy material that is laying near the divot, the third divot in the concrete that you found. And it is in the shape of a peculiar circle in that it's the Ouroboros thing, where
Ouroboros.
Ouroboros, that fucking word. And I even checked with the
Ouroboros.
the Ouroboros. I checked with the damn pronunciation of that, where where it seems like the end of it, if you could call it that, has slightly expanded and has latched onto the beginning. But it's just this weird piece of organic, fleshy material. The second part is a little wooden twig thing that has apparently is barely hanging on to. It is there's a little bit of brown, but it is mostly black, charred. And that does smell a bit more of burnt wood. As for the fleshy organic material itself, you have no idea what the fuck that is.
All right. In case it wasn't obvious, I did put on my latex gloves after I tossed in the flashlight. And I'm going to put those in the Ziploc bags I carry around as a crude facsimile for police evidence bags.
Okay.
And gonna continue looking for a fuse box.
All right. Along with the whole struggles of the blood thing, there's really clearly another similar repeat situation. And that's when the guy wasn't slammed into the floor. but he tried to crawl away, was left to bleed out, and then another pile of ashes. 3. Jordan, Crip, your characters do anything as you've been following along Flashlight Man, seeing these curious things that he's pointed out?
I think, can I see Joseph in the doorway now that he's standing there, or was he beside it?
He's not standing in the doorway. He doesn't have anything to do with that.
Well, no, I mean, if I could see him, I'd walk out. I thought he said he was next to the doorway and he'd skedaddle if
I
he
think he's
saw
by his
anything.
damn car. I don't know, are
Okay.
you?
No, I'm standing right next to the car, but I'm making sure the car's visible from the doorway so that they know that it's there.
Okay.
Okay, well then Byron is getting bored of following him around, so he's going to walk out to front and fill him in on what's going on.
Okay. Is Sean, is Joseph so tense that as soon as Byron steps out, just like pull out a stake?
Like, whoops, forgot, sorry. No, it's just more precaution than paranoia right now.
Okay. In that case, Byron has a little bit of difficulty weaving his way out whenever he leaves the comfort of the flashlight, since the boxes aren't really doing a good job of obscuring that. But he does make his way back outside.
I believe Marcus is gonna whisper to David, "Is police work always this boring?"
Yes.
Damn it.
Well then, Byron, if you don't mind, I'll actually go take a look inside if you want to wait out here.
Okay, I'll wait out and
Just-
keep watch.
Just scream and jump car if anything goes wrong.
Won't be a problem.
Man, is he good at that.
Alright, well in that case, Sean, your character steps in. Not having been inside the building, you're having a difficulty time getting your bearings. You know that the other two are still in here and that the flashlight is moving around, but it's not something you can really track. And you do pick up the heavy scent of blood.
I am just barely not hungry.
Okay. In that case, your beast, though, is saying, this is better than normal blood. You should try it. It's tasty. But you have enough sense of the gravity of the situation that you're not going to stoop to like the slurping and licking the blood off the concrete floor.
You should put it in your face.
No matter how much the beast tries, you as a non-denominational priest have enough control over yourself. And you eventually make your way towards the two, seeing the Toreador's barely lit frame as well as the Nosferatu's as he's holding the flashlight, trying to find a damn fuse box.
Now, if I were a fuse box, where would I hide?
See, that's something I would normally expect out of the Malkavian.
What?
Okay. You keep going through. More time. Byron, you are the guy who's outside now.
Correct.
It appears that over the passage of time that it's starting to get a little foggy outside. It's not a huge deal. You can still pretty much see almost as well as you could anyway. It's not like it was very bright outside with all the big city lights out there in the distance. But it's just little slow curling tendrils of fog as time passes and you sit there completely bored out of your fucking mind.
Yeah, sooner or later he's going to get up and walk in and leave the car probably. But
Call a damn taxi to come pick you up or something. Jesus.
yeah, I mean,
nothing.
he's sitting there talking with the retainer, I guess, but it's not going to go very far with that.
Thinking like, man, this Sunday night, stretching into Monday morning, I could be with someone awesome right now. Instead, I'm here. Fucking Theo Bell. But other than
Yeah.
that, time just passes crystalline slowly for you. You guys down there at the bottom. Flashlight is flickering about as you approach one of the corners of the building. You have just gone about through all of this damn place, at least the first floor, looking for a motherfucking fuse box, and thinking, maybe it's in the second floor where all the damn offices are, because those fucking bastards would probably do something like that and create a damn fuse box on the second floor just to be a dick.
Hey, I mean, maybe. I would have hoped it would have been on the first floor,
Right,
where there's, the actual working going on, but...
of course, but,
Gonna
those
be on-
fuckers up there in their offices.
It's going to be
Yeah,
on the
okay.
second floor outside.
Let's head upstairs. Do I remember what side of the building the power line was on?
Well, as you could do that, or, there is a deviation, a change in what you all are seeing. And that instead of just, boxes, some smashed, some not, blood spatters, some, scattered about, those little circular storage marks, piled off, what appears to be in the corner there is just a ton of broken boxes. When I say a ton, just several's worth of them, even though they're empty boxes. Maybe 8, 9, just in the corner there, completely piled up, along with some other debris and refuse. As you
Go ahead.
as you flash the light over them, there is a tattered black jacket. Yeah, there's a card on the back of the jacket with a joker, and the joker is he's actually stepped out of the window of the card to give a middle finger to whoever's looking at the back of the jacket. It is very tattered and very ripped, but as you look around the other pile, it appears that there are 2 other such jackets.
New clothes?
They're frayed and tattered a bit. But all those jackets are black leather, not expensive, but made of cheap material. But they all have that flashy joker giving the middle finger on the back of them.
All right, I'm going to take a look at the jackets and try to see if they're tattered because of normal wear and tear, or if it was because of some sort of recent fight, and if so, what kind of damage was dealt.
Okay, perception plus investigation, difficulty 6.
And does trained observe out here?
Sure. Four successes.
Indeed.
Looks like normal wear and tear. Whatever happened to perhaps the occupants of these jackets did not happen to the jackets themselves.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to keep looking for a goddamn motherfucking fuse box.
Okay. Alright, let's see, you go ahead and do that. Jordan, your character with his heightened senses is still on, right?
Yeah.
This is not going to be a vision-based one, but go ahead and give me perception plus awareness. Or alertness, whatever the fuck it is. We already decided on this and I've damn forgot already, son of a bitch.
I believe awareness is passive perception, alert. And
No,
alertness.
awareness is supernatural nonsense. Alertness is regular stuff.
Alright, it's perception plus alertness then.
Alright.
Difficulty 8. The 2 ones cancel out the 9 and that creates a non-successful situation. Okay.
I'm good at these things, guys, I swear.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you're the one who has auspex. This is just...
Nosferatu then leaves the huge pile of refuse and scattered and broken boxes or whatever piled up there in the corner, and heads on up to one of the two stairways. There's one on the side of the building where the broken door is, and there's one on the opposite side where you currently are. Basically, you've gone all the way from one side of the warehouse to the other one, slowly investigating with your one little flashlight. And you just left the refuse pile. Have you taken the jackets with you, all three?
I haven't.
Okay.
I'll take one outside. While looking at it, I'm going to go outside and look around the outside of the building for his box.
I'm actually going to toss him a pair of latex gloves before he touches anything.
Does Joseph use the latex gloves?
Sure, why not?
Okay. The Malkavian, your character, has again some difficulty finding his way out of the warehouse, but you're a vampire, little thin traces of light, you're not currently being under threat, you don't think. You take your
Doesn't matter if I
time.
bang my knees.
Yeah, it's fine. You'll make it out.
Byron's going to try to flag him down to get an update.
Then, as your character steps out, Joseph, it looks like it's you don't remember there being mist, like fog slowly settling, but fog has definitely come upon upon the land, as it were. And Byron, it has appeared to get a little foggier while you have been waiting glacially for something to happen.
Right. So I have noticed that it has gotten foggier.
It's been so tedious that like such small minuscule development, but since you've had all the time in the world as a damn vampire, yeah, it's getting a little bit harder to see with the dim light too. It's not like completely pea soup where you can't see in front of you at all. You can still see from the car to the damn door that was broken in the warehouse, but it's not easy.
All right. Well, Byron's feeling a little uneasy then. He doesn't want less sight line or anything like that. But I don't know that he's feels he's in danger or anything.
All right. In that case, eventually Joseph makes his way out to you, carrying a leather jacket with that fucking Joker giving you the middle finger on the back of it. You swear he's sticking out his tongue too, almost as if he's making fun at you for wasting your time here.
A present, and I'm going to go give him the shortest version I can before saying this looks kind of like we should be wrapping it up soon and taking the walk around the building.
All right, Byron will sigh, take it, and just say whatever.
Okay. You two inside the Nosferatu and the Toreador make your way up the side of the staircase, that the staircase I presume was the closer one to you, rather than going all the way back to the door to try that one instead.
Yep.
No blood or anything, no scorch marks up here. You guys make it up. Offices, that's what's up here, fairly abandoned. There is a maintenance room of sorts, though, you would assume, given its location. And inside the maintenance room on that side is where a fuse box would likely have been, given the wires that were leading to it, and some of which are kind of sticking out, and where a fuse box should be, but it's not exactly in a serviceable condition anymore. Something very bad happened to the fuse box.
Okay, I figured that was pretty much what the situation was going to be. I just wanted to confirm it.
Yep.
And turn on the lights. I was wrong.
Something very bad happened. That probably explains why whenever you tried the lights, it seemed like they were trying to work, but no.
Alright, I'm going to pull out my little, Kodak disposable camera. One of those shitty ones that has, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I'm going to snap a picture of that with the flash on because it's fucking dark in here.
Alright. Pictures don't turn up.
Away.
There we go. Is it close the eyes? Good.
And I'll warn him. I'll warn him beforehand, and I'm not going to point it in his direction either.
The pictures aren't of the best quality given the disposable camera and, how so damn dark it is. but
Right.
you do get pictures of it.
I know I should probably be using more professional camera if I wanted to get good pictures, but, work with what you got.
Right. It's not exactly like you're a wealthy man here.
And even if I was, I couldn't exactly fit in my jacket very comfortably.
No. But the offices themselves, there are indentations on the floor where there were, like, desks, filing cabinets. That's all been gone. This is a warehouse of boxes now.
Okay, so there's nothing else interesting up here on the second level.
Nope. Not on that side. Of course, being the convenient fucking bureaucrats, whoever fucking built this, the walkway for this side of the staircase actually can't access the other side. So in order to get up on those, you're going to have to go down the first level, through all the boxes again, and then up that staircase.
That's some kind of motherfucking bullshit right there.
The Nosferatu Vince to the Toreador.
You just deal with it. I'm going outside.
So,
Okay.
the Toreador walks down the staircase in the pitch black.
I think I have a pretty good idea of where everything is. I mean, I have heightened senses on. I mean,
Right. Trace figments of light and what have you. You're just hoping there's no sudden noise. The Nosferatu doesn't scream or anything.
I think
Yeah.
the book also says that combining auspex with heightened senses actually pushes your senses, that particular sense, to superhuman levels.
I still can't see in the dark.
No, but I mean, you can see a lot easier.
Yeah, you can definitely see a whole lot damn easier. That's what I'm just saying. It'd be a whole situation where it'd just be funny, David up there on the second floor is like, I got it working! All the fluorescent lights suddenly come back on. Oh god!
Oh my god, yes. Especially since most warehouses don't use fluorescent lights. They use, what are they? Like crazy-ass halogen ones that are hyper-efficient and burn forever.
Right. Apparently
Well,
this wasn't one of those, apparently you would deduce by this point, Aaron, your character would, that this warehouse wasn't smartly built.
Some kind of fucking bullshit warehouse.
Fucking fuse boxes on the second floor. The second floor railings don't connect.
And
Well,
it's
but-
just empty boxes everywhere. It's a warehouse full of boxes holding fucking air.
Stacked on top of each other.
Well, when Byron sees Marcus come out, he's just going to give him a nod, and he's going to walk off to the nearest warehouse with a light and see if there's a guard in there that knows anything about this place, like
Okay.
cars coming and going or anything.
All right. As your character makes your way out of there, Jordan. It is the fog that at first Byron and then Joseph spotted has gotten worse. Whatever the situation is, I mean, it's a cool January night. It's not snowing anymore. There are still traces of that on the ground. Whatever situation that sort of create this, it has filled the entire area such that it is for Marcus, it's not that difficult to see, given his heightened awareness and senses. He can still make out things just fine. It's not a big deal, but he definitely knows that it exists and how peculiar it is. And let's see, we're actually gonna go with a situation where, make sure I get this right. We are going to test your perception plus awareness on this one, rather than alertness. This will be a visual-based one, sort of.
All right.
As visual as it can be, and difficulty will be 6.
Is that difficulty before my visual bonus is taken into account?
No. So it's like 4 for you?
Yeah, so it'd be a 4 if that was taken into account.
Okay.
Got it.
You sure did. With your success there, it seems weird. You're stepping out into the fog. What would perhaps seem as a a trick of the eye. As I pause for dramatic effect. It is a sort of misty, smoky thing that arises inside of the fog and then just dissipates close to where you're standing as you leave. And it is in that circular shape of the same thing that you saw David pick up in the warehouse, the fleshy organic circle, the serpent eating itself.
Did anybody else see that?
No. Byron has just gone walking off.
Yeah,
Sean's character...
He hadn't gone around the corner of the building yet, so if you wanted to holler at him, you could, but he's on his way off.
But as soon as you register its recognition, it just rises up in the air and it dissipates.
Okay.
Am I back? Am I back around near the front again?
Yeah, you're at the... Yeah.
Do you tell me about that?
I don't think the mist is natural.
Okay, then I'll put my head in and actually raise my voice a little to tell the Nosferatu that one of the sane ones are saying that something crazy is going on.
That's good. I like that. All right, in that case, I'm going to head back down, snap some photos of the blood pools, the scorch marks, and the indentations in the floor.
You're actually noticing this now, David, as your character is heading down the staircase and is going to take these pictures. You're being yelled at. There's actually mist and fog seeping into the warehouse air itself.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to take these pictures on my way out of the warehouse. I'm kind of leaving now.
Okay.
Did Byron hear the alert?
I'm pretty sure you heard the Malkavian yelling as loud as he could to attract the attention of the Nosferatu.
All right, I'll head back over that direction then.
Okay.
I'm probably already in.
So yeah, I guess I don't get to see what's upstairs on the other side. Damn it. But
You certainly can take the time to investigate. No one's hurrying you out. You are the police investigator here, assistant district attorney.
The mist is what's hurrying me out. Because I assume that I've heard of vampires that can turn into mist and stuff like that. Yeah, so I'm going to take a picture of those jackets, specifically the logo on the jackets.
Say, there's two left there on the pile, and let's see, Sean's character took one, and I want you to make for me a perception plus alertness test, difficulty 9. Trained observer is allowed.
Okay.
That
2
qualifies.
successes.
Yeah. Now, is it for the specialty where if you roll like a 10 on that, you get to roll another d10, or does it count as 2 in the rule set?
I think it counts as 2.
Okay. I thought you had to... I might be getting confused with Revised since I read that book before I read the 20th anniversary. In that case...
I know that in New World of Darkness they do have exploding dice like that.
Okay. Split.
Well, I mean, that's what they call it, because, I mean, then the new die you roll, if you roll a 10 on that, you can roll another die, so...
Okay. In that case, as you've gone down to the pile to inspect the jackets again, it almost imperceptibly, that big pile of broken boxes and refuse shifts like a centimeter.
God damn it. Well, I snap my picture and then go check out the pile.
The jackets are laying on top of that huge pile.
I know.
Okay.
I mean, I take a step back, snap the picture, and then poke around inside the pile.
Okay. It, for a character such as yourself, you know, you got supernatural strength. Come to fuck on. It's a little annoying. You worry, you know, you look at some of these especially jagged, you know, lengths of wood and shiver at the prospect of them being stabbed into your heart.
Honestly, I'm slightly less worried about getting things stabbed into my heart than I was as a mortal.
It's true, you'd only be paralyzed as a vampire.
Yeah, I mean, it's listed as a vampiric weakness, but honestly, all things considered...
Yep. It, okay. You go sifting through, rooting through. It does take some time. It is getting a little harder to see. For, you guys out there outside, the fog is pretty damn thick now. Even with the headlights on the vehicle, full power, it's hard to cut through it. You're in a situation where, say, you were driving on the interstate and that happened, you would likely pull off the road. You can't see more than a few feet in front, even with those powerful beams cutting ahead. What do you three want to do?
I'm going to poke my head in and say, David, you're out of time.
Then help me get through this pile, damn it.
Fine, I will.
Byron? Joseph?
Byron's going to wait next to the car. He wants none of this.
I'm stepping back out of the car just, you know, because it's probably not going to be useful if something does go down to be in it.
Okay. Marcus, it is very difficult for you to try to make your way back through this. Even with heightened senses, the pitch blackness combined with the fog completely smothers out the light. You can't walk back there on your own. Not unless you want to walk straight into the dark.
David, I think you should just come to the door. Because
How far away is he? Could I toss the flashlight to him?
There is no arc of angle that you have. You're on the opposite side of the warehouse, and there are boxes in the way.
Alright, in that case I say, just give me a minute. Something in here was moving.
in a
I hear
minute
that?
you won't be in a minute you won't be able to see it.
How, far into the pile am I?
You've made some considerable distance, and you catch sight of what appears to be some sort of... You focus the light on it, a little hint of maybe pale flesh, perhaps part of a bigger limb, maybe an arm.
Alright, I'm going to try and clear as much stuff as I can quickly off of whatever that arm might be attached to, and then try and pull the person out using, you know, my superhuman strength.
Okay. The fog outside is pretty much, you know, still can't see more than a few feet even with the high-powered headlights, but it is getting foggier and worse in the warehouse. But eventually, standing around enough time, David, his character, is able to clear up enough path. The arm is attached to a body who actually, David can see, has been staked. As it turns out, one of those sharp wooden edges has staked it. And through some sort of fluke or trick, there was some sort of enough sense that his character was able to realize that there might be something inside of it. The actual thing that's staked is of a rather pitiable looking woman who, a pale waif, who it would be anguishingly beautiful if, well, it wouldn't look like she was just so anguished. Her face is frozen in torpor, clearly in pain. Her body has been riddled with all sorts of cuts and bruises. Her clothes weren't that much to begin with. Rags, really, that were all tattered up. Uh, she most certainly had less wealth than even David himself.